We are at the beginning of the decade in which humanity must act quickly and decisively on the three planetary crises. We cannot solve these crises without a global shift to sustainable consumption and production. The value chain approach will be a valuable tool to make this shift happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the science is clear on the need to decouple socio-economic development from natural resource space use and the positive impacts this would have on cutting greenhouse gas emissions, protecting biodiversity, and reducing pollution.
Key decisions are actually made elsewhere and quite far from where resources are being used and where environmental impacts occur. So the combination of the mapping of natural resource use and environmental impacts along the value chain and application of a systems lens provide an overview of where what is happening and why it is happening in a given sector.
Translating scientific knowledge into action and policies is key for transforming the way we are doing things, and this report is very useful on that regard. As recovery from the pandemic starts, we are looking to transform this unprecedented challenge into an opportunity to explore new development models founded upon sustainable patterns.
We need to deliver science that can strengthen the consensus of policy options, identify solutions, and guide actions for consensus for environmental sustainability. So, the value chain approach helps the scientific community building bridges with the agents of change to make sure that we are doing doing the things that work and matter in the decade of action. So,
value add that's presented by the value chain approach becomes quite clear and very relevant when we start to look at the 5 principles of the approach. It needs to be actionable. This is a critical, this is a quite an important principle, ensuring that decision makers prioritize that resources are targeted and focused to avoid wastage that's already for resource that's already under pressure due to global economic contractions.
What the value chain approach does is that if it is applied in the right manner, it can give valuable information for the multinational corporations, international brands, buyers across jurisdictions about where those challenges and the risks lie when it comes to use of finite resources in order to achieve sustainable consumption and production outcomes.